Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back in the chemistry lecture of 12th science. Today we are going to see the nomenclature of the coordination compound. The nomenclature of the coordination compound is too much large. Try to understand. IUPAC nomenclature, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Rule number 1. There are many rules to write the name of the coordination compound that is complex. The first rule, whatever element which is outside the square bracket is said to be as a counter ion. So, if the counter ion is positive, then it is named first. It is said that the cation is named before the anion. That means whosoever is a counter ion which is positive, that will be written as a first. If the counter ion is negative, that will be written at the end of the name. Say for example, K4FeCN6. In this, the counter ion is cation, that is K plus, that is potassium. And this square bracket is anionic part, but obvious. So potassium will be named as first. So the name of this K4FeCN6 will be start from potassium. Rule number 2. While writing the name of the complex, after writing the name of the potassium, we have to enter in the coordination entity, that is in the square bracket. So in the square bracket, we will write the name of the ligand first, and whatever ligand is given, the number of ligand, that we will write. Ligands are named first in the alphabetical order in case of the multi-ligands, means more than one ligands. Here only one ligand is there, that is cyanide, and it is named as cyano. We have seen in our previous lectures. The name of the anionic ligands end with the suffix O. Anionic ligands means this is cyanide, so it will be named as cyano. That is a cyanide. IDE of cyanide is replaced by O. And ITE sulfite is replaced by ITO, that is sulfite is it will be said as sulfito. If sulfate is present, then we'll just write O, that is at the end we are writing O, that you have to remember in the negative ligand. This we have seen. Hydroxide, hydroxo, oxide, oxo, fluoride, fluoro. This name we have already seen. Oxalate, ATE, oxalato, sulfate, sulfato, thiocyanate, thiocyanato. These all ligands are negative ligand. Thiosulfate, thiosulfato, thiosulfite, thiosulfito. Now over here this is cyanide, so the name will be cyano. So this is the name of the ligand, as a ligand, cyano. Third rule, negative ligand are referred to by a usual name for the molecule as they are. Example, ethylene diamine will be written as ethylene diamine, but in that amine M will be 2 times. And there some exceptions are there. For example, water is said to as aqua, ammonia will be said to as an amine, AMMIN. Remember carefully. Carbon monoxide, carbonyl group CO. Now over here cyanide ligand is 6, so we have to write the prefix, that is before cyano we will write as di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa. Okay, so for 6 we will use hexa, so it will be potassium hexacyano. Hexacyano, because 6 ligands are there. Rule number 3. Till here you have understood. Now rule number 3 we will see. While naming a complex, one thing you have to remember, that if the complex is an anionic complex, the central metal name. Now remember carefully what we have done previously now in rule number 1 and rule number 2. In rule number 1 and rule number 2, we have written the name of counter ion if it is positive, that is cation. and if the counter ion is negative, we will write at the end. After writing the name of potassium, we have entered into the coordination entity and we have written the name of ligand. And we have seen if the ligands are negative, that means it will be written suffix as O. After writing the name of ligand, we have to write the name of the metal. For the name of the metal, we have to see the charge on the coordination entity. If the counter ion is positive, the charge on the coordination entity will be negative. So in that case, the third rule says that while writing the name of the complex, if a complex is an anionic complex, the central metal atom or ion named with at 8. If there is a metal that is scandium, so it will be scandate, titanium, titanate, vanadium, vanadate, chromium, chromate, manganese, manganate, iron, ferrate, cobalt, cobaltate, nickel, nickelate, copper, cuprate, zinc, zincate. For aluminium, aluminate. So over here, potassium hexacyanoferrate. Why ferrate? Because the charge on the square bracket will be negative because potassium is positive. Rule number 4. Metal atom or ion is named last with oxidation state in the Roman numerical in a parenthesis, that is in the bracket 2. How to find the oxidation number I have explained you in the previous lecture, that is of EAN in an effective atomic number. There I have explained you how to find the oxidation number of central metal atom. So from that you can understand how to write the oxidation number of central metal atom, that is 2. It is plus 2, that is why it is written in the Roman number into the simple bracket. Potassium hexacyanoferrate 2, and at the end you can write complex. It doesn't matter. Let's see ahead. Let's go ahead with a few examples because we have many different cases. This is one of the example, LiAlH4. The common name we know very well, lithium aluminum hydride. But according to IUPAC name, we have to go according to rule number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Over here first we will write the name of the lithium, that is cation, lithium. Then we have to write the name of ligand, and how many ligands are there? 4. And this is H minus. It is not H plus, it is H minus. So first we will write tetra, and it is hydrido because it is minus. So that is why the name of the ligand is hydrido. And lithium is plus, so on the charge over here on the coordination entity will be minus. So it will be aluminate. And the valency of the aluminium primary valency is 3. That is why in the square bracket we have to write 3. Another example, Na thrice CO NO2 6 times. Sodium, correct. Then sodium is plus, so coordination entity will be minus. So that means the name of the central metal will be cobaltate. Before that NO2. Before NO2 we have 6 NO2. So we will write hexa. And that is nitrito because NO2 is nitrito. Cobaltate thrice because the valency, primary valency of cobalt is 3. We have calculated it. NO2 is minus 1. So according to that we have find out the valency, primary valency. Third example, sodium dicyanoaurate. Au is a gold, aurum is a Latin name, and it is a negative complex because sodium is a positive one. Cyanoaurate 1. Next example, Na2ZnCl4. Over here sodium tetrachlorozincate 2. Next example, Na3FeC2O4 thrice. Now over here this C2O4 is a multidentate ligand. It is a multidentate ligand. That means in one donor atom, in one ligand there is more than one donor atom, and all donor atoms are attached to the central metal. So for that we have cases, but as of now, over here, the C2O4 is oxalate. So that is why it is named as oxalato, and it is thrice sodium trioxalato ferrate 3. The valency of Fe is 3. K4FeCN6 potassium hexacyanoferrate 2. K3AlC2O4 thrice. Now come on student, give the name. Yes, potassium trioxalato aluminate 3. Next, NiCO4. Now there is no square bracket has been given over here, that means no counter ion. Nickel is the central metal atom. Carbon monoxide is a ligand. Carbon monoxide is a ligand and the name of the ligand is carbonyl. Tetra directly, because no counter ion is present, that is why directly we have to write the number of ligands, that is tetra carbonyl. L is missing over here. Tetra carbonyl nickel 0, because the oxidation state of nickel will be 0. Now for this, over here En is nothing but ethylene diamine, and that ethylene diamine is a 3,1. Now just now I said that for a multidentate ligand, that is for a polydentate ligand, the IUPAC nomenclature is little bit changed. Now try to understand what the name has been written. Now try to understand students, if there is a ligand which is poly or multidentate ligand, and that ligand, the name of the ligand is in the more than one term. Say for example, ethylene diamine, it is a breaking one, it is two name. Ethylene is one name, amine is another name. So that is a combination of two words, that is ethylene and amine. So it is a combination of more than one word. So in that case, if there is a number, if there is that ligand is more than 2, 3, 4, 5. So for that case, we have to write a prefix as bis, tris, tetrakis. For 2 we have to write bis, for 3 we have to write tris, for 4 we have to write tetrakis. Now previously we have seen the oxalate ion. Just see. Previously here, in this case we have seen oxalate ion. Oxalate is also multidentate ligand, but the name is only in one word, that is oxalate. So that is why over here for 3 we have not used as a tris. Why? Because the name of this multidentate ligand is in one word. So if there is in one word, we don't have to write bis and tris, only we have to write as a tri. Now if the name will be for the poly or multidentate ligand more than one word, so in that case we will write as a prefix bis, tris and tetrakis. So over here coordination, that is counter ion, is negative. So this counter ion negative, according to a rule, we have to write at the end. So we will not start with as a potassium, because potassium is not a counter ion. So that is why we have to first enter into the coordination entity, and we have to write this tris. After tris we will write this En. En is ethylene diamine. Tris ethylene diamine. After writing ethylene diamine, we have to write the name of the central metal atom. As the counter ion is negative, central metal atom is positive, so the name of the metal will be as it is. We don't have to write as a aluminate, we don't have to write as a cobaltate, because the coordination entity is positive. So the name will be tris ethylene diamine cobalt thrice chloride. Another example, COC2O4 thrice 3 minus. Now over here students, try to understand, they have ionized the complex and they have given us to write the name. In the board exam also, the ionic form also can be given to you to write the name. So over here we know that the charge on the coordination entity is minus, so but obvious the name of the cobalt will become cobaltate. So and C2O4 is oxalate ion, oxalate ligand. So, and it is in one word. So, we will not write bicentris. We will write tri. So, the name will be trioxalate to cobaltate. Thrice ion. Why ion? Because there is charge on the complex, and over here I can write complex at the end. It is our wish. If we write complex, we'll do. If we don't write complex, doesn't matter. But over here there is a charge, so we have to write the ion. Next example, NiCN4 2 minus. You know very well how to find the oxidation state of the central metal. In the previous lecture, in the effective atomic number, I have explained you. Now, cyanide is a monodentate ligand, so it will be tetracyanonickel. Oxidation number 2. Ion. Why ion? Because it is 2 minus. Now this is not an ion, so we will not write at the end as ion. Now copper is present. Now we have more than one ligand over here, more than one kind of ligand. One is water as a ligand, ammonia as a ligand. So it is written as alphabetically order. Ammonia we have amine and water we have aqua. So according to alphabetical both are A. So after A we have to C. Another alphabet for the water is Q and for amine is M. According to alphabetical order A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q. Q is afterward. So that is why we will write amine first. So it will be pentamine and diaquo copper 2 chloride. What is the IUPAC name of NaBH4? Come on student, try to answer the question. Option A, sodium borotetrahydride. Option number B, sodium hydridoboron. Option number C, sodium boron hydrate 4. Option D, sodium tetrahydrate borate 3. Come on student, answer the question. According to the rule, it is boron is the central metal, sodium is outside the coordination entity. So sodium is a counter ion. So first name will be coming as a sodium. After that we have to enter the coordination entity, that is hydride. H is hydride 4. So it is tetrahydridoborate 3. Right answer. What is the IUPAC name of K3FeCN6? We have seen in the example K4FeCN6. That means there will be change in oxidation state of Fe. You try to answer, see the options. Potassium ferrocyanide, potassium ferricyanide, iron 3, ferrocyanide complex, potassium hexacyanoferrate 3. It will be potassium hexacyanoferrate 3. Coordination polyhedron. This topic we'll see next time. Thank you. Next time we will see few more example of IUPAC nomenclature. Thank you.